Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the private server Everlasting. We're with Silver Phoenix, who has almost 12 million experience and about 28.5 million influence. We're nearly level 42, and I've got a mission from a new contact named Angus McQueen, who is a guy who has escaped from the Richt. He's a former Lost, I guess. And he's told us that Portal Corp has an office here, a lab here, and the Richti are trying to steal their portal technology. So the story goes that the Richti have been cut off from their homeworld because of Statesman and the other heroes and the way they worked to defeat um, the uh, the Richti. And so um, since they've been cut off, they've been trying to get back to their homeworld. So they're trying to steal Portal Corp's technology because Portal Corp are the guys that have portals to other dimensions and universes. So you can see we're at Portal Corporation. So this is a lab, but it's been reskinned to be sort of gray and silver rather than blue. Not sure what we're going to find here other than Richti. These guys, as you're probably going to see, will be substantially easier than the Malda group. The Richti are don't have as many weapons, as it were, to use against you. And their communications officers can summon guys. Look at this. What is my chance to hit this thing? Oh, it's an advanced drone. They're horrible. 20% chance to hit, so I'm not going to be able to hit it until Focus Chi pops. So we may as well fight. Oh, now I'm getting this Guardian buffing them. So now I'm not going to be able to hit the Headman either. I was just saying this is going to be easier. Maybe not. Alright, let's pop an accuracy. We cannot let this guy shield the drone. And there we go. And let's see if we can hit him now. We do have a 33% chance, so we shouldn't be going miss, miss, miss. We really shouldn't. Look at this. 27% chance roll to 72. Finally hit. Wow. Oh, wait. Don't kneel down. Why is... Where did he come from? This is some weird spawning. 50% chance. But I like how when you have 50% chance to hit, you miss like 3 times in a row. Who's shooting? How are this many guys aggroing to me all at once? This is really weird. I've never seen spawns like that. And there's a Richti Warchief. Alright, let's get our endurance back up here. Alright, so I went in a little bit fast there. A little bit cocky. Let's see what we got. Alright, let's take this. Oh, the Warchief's gonna see me no matter what I do, isn't he? We gotta get rid of this Guardian no matter what. Because he would shield a Warchief or something, and that's no good. Take out the infantry. Yeah, see, these guys are no problem. The advanced drones are a bit of a pain. You just gotta make sure to use Focus Chi on them. Let's take this guy out. And now we get the Chief. Fortunately with Richti... Wow. Fortunately with Richti... Wow, 2 hits on me in a row. What I was going to say is, fortunately with them, usually you can knock them over, but he's not. There he goes. Come on. Yeah, they usually knock over better than this, I guess because he's a boss. And there we go. Okay. He had an 8% chance to hit me, so that means before I downed the luck, He had a 20% chance. Right? %, 27% chance, and he rolled a 15. 27% chance, and he rolled a 17. Yeah, so that's how he hit me. He just rolled a couple of low ones. Alright, anybody else in here? We have to save 3 researchers and find 2 computers. Don't hear any glowies here. I didn't see anybody. Oh, but we have to... Hang on, there is an under area here. Yep. In these labs, there's a little area underneath. Where is he? Oh, wow. That was a hidden guy. And we get the conscript. I don't think they'll aggro through the roof to you, through the ceiling. It's like if you run over them, I don't think they aggro to you. I think effectively they can't see you, but you got to make sure to go under there and check, because they could always be hiding a hostage, right? These are, I guess, pretty small levels. If you look at the size of this northwest, southeast, it shows kind of how small the level is. When this font is really big, it means it's not a big level, I think. I hear a glowy down there, but we got to go this way. So now we're going to be careful in this room, because there'll be a lot of ways to aggro guys. We should be alright. Good. And there's a drone. Alright, so we got to do accuracy. And let's actually hit this guy first. And wait for Focus Chi to come back. They're horrible, the drones. The advanced drones are... I don't think we've seen them before. We've usually just fought drones. The advanced drones are terrible without Focus Chi, because you're just constantly missing. Oh, we got them. Not bad. And got an invention. Some invention salvage, and we have an enhancement so far in this mission. Well, let's come up. Oops. Let's go up here now. This way. Here we go. Okay. Conscript, Guardian, Conscript. Let's hit the Guardian. Takes care of him. And now that one's done. Yeah, so these guys are nothing. Right, these guys are nothing. You could be doing +5s against them, no problem. It's really the advanced drones that are trouble. Again, if you put it on +4s and you try to hit those advanced drones, you're going to have like a 10% chance to hit because of the level difference. And these things, they're +18%. They used to be... I think the little yellow ones used to be 25, just like the little pills, these little purple pills used to be 25. And then they nerfed them. Again, because people were complaining, right, scrappers complained that one of these, the 25%, is almost my whole secondary set combined. And the defenders were complaining that one yellow can do better than all my buffing put together. Now this is where we want to make sure we hit this Guardian before he can shield the drone, because that would literally make the drone, you know, that would floor me, and it would make the drone impossible to hit. This way, since it's only +2, we should be able to get it. 3 misses. 1 out of 4. 1 out of 5. 1 out of 6. 1 out of 7. 2 out of 8. 3 out of 9. What's our chance? Right, we're a 33% chance, so we're doing about right. 3 out of 10, 3 out of 11. 3 out of 12, now we're not doing so great. 3 out of 13. And that's why you got to make sure you take everybody else out first, because otherwise you're whiffing at them. you're not going to be able to stand there and take all the punishment the other guys are dealing out to you. So get them alone, and then they don't really do a lot of damage. Okay, dead end here. I'm guessing there's going to be another elevator. We've found only one computer and no researchers yet. Let's see where this one leads. I have the feeling this is going to be the elevator. I don't know why. Which is why I didn't go through that hallway yet. Could be wrong. In fact, I probably am. Dead end. I guess I was right. Just had a feeling. And that's why I didn't go through that door. I had the feeling that that was going to lead us to the elevator. But it's entirely intuitive. There was no logical basis. It's not like I remember this particular level of the map or anything. Okay, that's empty. And there's the elevator. So this is the second of up to 5 levels, and we could very well have 5 since we haven't found any researchers yet. Yeah, I don't know why this is so big. The compass. I don't remember it being that big on the other maps. I don't know if it's just because the maps are so small or what. Okay, well there's an elevator. So you know we're going one more level. There's a Guardian and a Headman. Okay, so we're not that worried about them, but the main thing is the Guardian has got to be beaten very quickly. He shielded him anyway. Almost no way to stop that. Very difficult. Fortunately, we do have a lot of extra accuracy, so we should hit somewhat. By the way, I want to point out that Crane Kick has like 1.75 accuracy, and I still only had a 39% chance to hit on the drone. Come on. There we go. Let's rearrange these guys a little bit. Go through here. Alright, let's see, there's a Guardian. And a Chief Mentalist. Okay, that shouldn't be a problem. Oh, that was nice. 2 shots. Alright, took him out. Oh, and there's the portal. We've been on this map before, where the portal is being assembled for Portal Corp. And that looks like a scientist who's being trapped. Yep. Let's take out the Guardian here first. Got him before he shielded the guy, that's good. And now a quick knockdown, that's what we like. And now we finish him off. And then it's time to get the conscripts. And that saves this scientist. So, alright, that's 1. We still gotta find 1 more computer and rescue 2 more scientists. No clue from her. This is not a story arc. This is just Angus's first mission, right? So, wait, that's not the way we came. That's the way we came. This is the way we're going. We have to get a story arc from Angus first, so we're just doing missions to get him to a friendliness level enough that he will give us a story arc. There's a patrol coming. That is infantry and a conscript. Okay. I hear the glowy. I still like beating on the Richti, I really do. I believe the glowie's in this room, so let's go ahead and click on that. And click on that. I always back up, because there's usually a guy. Let's taunt them out, because I don't know what's on the other side of this door. Bring him out. When you're taunting like this is a corner pull, you always break line of sight, which forces them to come to you. If you taunt and then stand there, he'll stand there shooting back at you. Right, as a scrapper, you need to get him into melee range. They will get one free shot at you. Right? One response to your taunt. But then they've got to come closer to hit you. And that enables you to fight them without fighting everybody in the room. Nobody in the room can see us right now. So we're basically able to fight them in secret. And he's done. Oh, thought he was done. And that one miss cost me enough hit points that I'm going to have to take a knee. And that is a lesson in how, on the edge of a knife, super reflexes always is. If you stay on that knife edge, your hit point bar stays up. But if you end up off that knife edge, you watch your hit points drop like a stone. So there's 2 advanced drones in here, and a communications officer. I don't know who else. I can't pull the communications officer because he absolutely will put down a portal. He's going to try to do that anyway, but we want to beat him up super fast. There we go. Alright, so we got that. We can grab this before anybody else attacks us. So we've got the 2 computers taken care of. 2 advanced drones. Ugh. Alright, so we're going to need one of these. I'm tempted to hit conserve endurance because it's going to take so many swings, but let's try without it. Alright, focus chi, let's try that. Okay, we got him. Now while focus chi is still running, we hit this guy as hard and fast as possible. Okay, so we took care of them. Much easier. Okay, and then there's infantry, infantry, guardian. Okay, so guardian's next. Take him out before he shields the infantry. So there's only going to be one more scientist. This may be the final level. And these guys are a lot of XP. I've gotten almost a whole bar. We had like, what, 160,000 or something when we started. What do we have left to go now? 36, yes, we've gotten like 130 or 40,000 XP already on this mission, and we haven't even completed the mission yet. You can definitely see, I mean, there was a little bit at the beginning where I was being overly cocky, but these guys are definitely not as challenging as the Malta group. And by the way, this is why when the game first came out and there weren't flashback missions like Ouroboros, one of the reasons they didn't do that was because they said even though we up the level of the villains, it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be a challenge for you. The Malta Group's guys have special abilities that make them a challenge at level 40. The Richti guys are really more of a challenge for level 30s, right? At level 41, they're not so much of a challenge. Now, they were designed to be a higher level set of enemies, so it's not too bad. But if you just like level Skulls up to 40, or you just level Devouring Earth up to 50, they're not necessarily going to have the same suite of challenging abilities that Malta Group or Carnies have. Alright. Oh, Lord. We got that Guardian in there. Let's try to taunt him out. I don't know if he's going to come. He's probably going to shield his buddies. Yeah, there it goes. He is coming to me, and the shield will eventually drop. Who did he shield? Did he shield this guy? I don't know. Oh, and that's the scientist. So I don't actually have to defeat these guys, but I will. Because why not? Alright, let's go get him. That took care of him. Knock him over. So this is a 43 boss. Let's go ahead and take some luck and some sturdy. Good. Knockdown is good. And now focus chi. We should be able to pound him really hard. Knockback is excellent. That's what we want. Knockback again. Nope. Knockdown. Nope. Well, we tried. Well, that's interesting. So this boss is exactly as much XP as the mission. Very interesting. Alright, so we'll head out. Got 2 enhancements on that run. Alright, and now we need to get back to Angus, who is in Founders Falls. So we'll head to the train station. Isn't it amazing how fast it is to get around Atlas Park now versus how long it took me to get around Atlas Park when I was like 5th level and running around? But that's okay. That's part of the fun of the game to me, is going through that process of from the point where Atlas Park seems huge and you're running around hoofing it on sprint, to where even Founders Falls, you're like cross it in half the time it took you to run around Atlas Park. I like that. I like that feeling of how the scaling up of your character's powers works. Okay, so Angus is over here. You can see, right, he's 600 yards away. It's going to take us, what, like 4 hops? 1. Maybe not even. 2. Just 3. And I actually am letting go of the spacebar now. What level are these guys? They're not high enough to attack me. Hello, Angus. Your overall success was quite impressive. Rigby did manage to get away with important portal technology, but without the database and captives, they will not be able to use it effectively. However, they may still have enough information to begin opening portals of their own. I hope that I will be able to count on your continued assistance in preventing interdimensional Rigby breakout. And he was glad we prevented the abduction of the researchers. His next mission is to go into the Rigby war zone. Not interested, that's a hazard zone, that's just street sweeping. Or he'd like discreet assistance in a difficult matter. If you are not interested, I want to hold it against you. This action has not been sanctioned by my superiors and is therefore not condoned by the government at this time. This operation is not illegal, but I have discovered a situation through unconventional means that would be frowned on by the chain of command. Knowing this, if you're willing to assist me, it could save a number of laws from full conversion to the Rigby. Oh, of course, we will save. Independence Port is our goal. So we will head back to the train station. I will start with Independence Port South because I have no idea. It's a 90-minute mission, so it could be a bit long, but probably not if it's Rigby. The Rigby just don't require me to do as much pulling and being careful as, say, the Malta group does, so this shouldn't take long. And even if it does, that's okay. I'm enjoying it, and we're just a slightest bit. I mean, what is this, like 25,000 experience or something away from level 42? And at that point I will stop, because I'm then going to start working on getting enhancements and doing some invention sets and stuff like that. I'm not sure which ones I want to get yet. I'm really torn, because a lot of them, the bonuses of the set are scattered into different sets that I may not like the rest of what the set does. And one of the problems I'm having is, for example, A lot of the 6 enhancement attack sets are 5 enhancements that increase your damage, your recharge, etc., which gives me better recharge and endurance and equivalent accuracy to a set of SOs, but slightly less damage, right? Like 89% or 88% boost instead of 95 or 6. And then in exchange, the 6th enhancement, which is the one that you got to slot in because that's the bonus you want, like extra melee defense or resistance to smashing or lethal, whatever, is just like a slight chance for minor negative damage or something like that. Like, I don't even care. I don't even want that, right? I would rather have the just increase my existing damage. I mean, if it's negative damage, okay, but like, why is my character doing negative damage? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want her to do negative damage. She's a martial arts kung fu artist. She should be doing smashing damage pretty much exclusively. You know, she doesn't have a sword. I don't even use the throwing knives anymore. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We're in the sewers, so let's go ahead and put our sewer outfit on. And now we have to find 8 Lost. Yeah, I don't know why this is so big. This is really weird. I don't remember it being that big on before. Maybe it has been and I just didn't notice it. That's really weird. Alright. I'm going to have to go back and watch. One of the advantages of having videos, I'm going to have to go back and watch some old videos and see if it was that big and I just never noticed it. Wow! Leveled up immediately. If I'd known I was that close, I would have just beaten up something in Peregrine Island on the street just to get it done. That's okay. We're fine. It means this mission will be really easy, because we're now going to be +1 to the level that the mission thinks we were going to be. So these guys are all going to be yellows and oranges instead of oranges and reds, so that's fine. These guys are still +1, so it'll be a little bit of a challenge. Knock them over. Yeah, so I don't know, I've been thinking possibly Mako's Bite. That gives a slight chance of lethal. I don't actually want that. There are some like 3 or 4 slot enhancements that you don't use all 6 slots for the sets, but a lot of the bonuses they have are like, I don't want that, right? Like the accuracy bonus, like we already have so much accuracy. I don't know that we need that beyond like the accuracy the enhancements are going to give us. Do we really need more global accuracy than 1.16? Like, it's already like we have an extra DO on every single power. Do we really, plus the SOs or whatever equivalent that are already on it, I don't know that we need that much more. So I don't know. Let's get this communications officer. I don't know. I'll keep thinking about it, looking at it. Some of it too, you got to worry about like the expense, which ones are popular. For example, there is one set where some of the bonuses are actually quite nice, and I kind of like it, but it's a PvP set, right? It has separate different bonuses for PvP and PvE, and hang on. Oh, there's a guy up there. Yep. It has separate bonuses for PvP and PvE, so that means it's a PvP set, right? None of the other ones do that, so it's special for PvP. That means all the PvPers want it. Now, this isn't the PvP server, but there are still people who do that. And anything that makes you better in PvP is going to automatically be more expensive, right? Because PvP is, like, you got to get it's not like this, right? And this, you can see this game is very forgiving. I can forget to turn toggles on and still survive. PvE, right? Play against the NPCs. But if you start talking about player versus player, it is not forgiving like that. And you have to get the difference between winning and losing a PvP fight is millimeters, right? If you are just slightest, if you have 1.16 accuracy and I have 1.15, you're going to beat me, right? It's just, you know, you have to get every little ounce of power out of your character, and that's fine. I mean, like, if people want to do that, that's fine, but the problem is that because those sets then give you that little extra ounce of power, they're expensive. Right, because somebody who has several PvP sets on their powers is going to beat somebody who doesn't have any. And because this game allows multiple builds, you can have a PvP build and a PvE build, and put all, like, have your whole PvP build just have nothing but the PvP sets. So that's what people want to do, and that means it's going to be really expensive, right? Because they're going to be the sets that are in demand, right? And so trying to avoid too much getting the highly in-demand sets. Unfortunately, you know, people do the same analysis I do outside of PvP, right? They're going to say the same sets are valuable that I am, probably, or similar ones. So there's no avoiding some of the expense, but it's absolutely going to be more expensive to get PvP sets, and so I'm not even trying that. I'm not even going to look at. I don't even check the auction house. I mean, like, I checked a little bit, but like, I'm not even going to worry about it, right? Can I maybe get this one? No, I'm not. I'm not touching that. It's PvP sets. They're going to be expensive because they're PvP. I'll just do something else. But yeah, it was really funny. I was looking. Somebody posted. One of my group mates who's actually really good at building, named Ray, posted a build, and I think it was for a brute that was supposed to be very tankish, right? And so, it was, and I think it was a spines. I can't remember what the secondary was. Willpower, something like that. Posted the build, right, and it had all these enhancement sets. And I was looking at the, and it was not a build from Mids or Pines or whatever it is, but it was actually this screen, right? So they took a screenshot of it and posted it, and so they had all of these different sets on all their powers. And I was looking at these sets, going, what the heck sets are those? I didn't recognize, like, this kind of looks like, I don't know, 2 swords under a hat or whatever, and then this one looks like a guy with a fist. And so I was looking at them, and like, I didn't recognize any, like, what the heck sets does this person have? And I realized Spines is AoE, so there were all these AoE damage sets that I would never notice because I don't have targeted AoE. I only have one point blank, as they call it, AoE, PB AoE, right? That's Dragon's Tail. It's the only AoE in the set. And so I just didn't even recognize the little icons because I'm not used to looking at the AoE stuff. And there's a Guardian. There's a communications officer who's probably going to get involved in this fight too. It's alright. Yeah, they're just well, these guys. Oh my gosh, these guys are +3. That means they would have been plus. No, sorry, no, they're +2. They were +3 when I walked in the door. I was just thinking for a second that they were +3, and like they would have been +4 when I walked in the door. That absolutely shouldn't have happened, but they're not. They're just +3. All right. Yeah, I definitely don't remember this being that big. That's weird. I could be wrong about that. I'm going to have to go check my videos now from past, like, level 1 and level 5 and stuff like that, and see if it's been that way the whole time and I'm just a completely inobservant clod. And if it hasn't been that way, I wonder why it's that way now. It's weird. Okay, there's another Rikti being... a Proto-Rikti being attacked. Oh, 2 double Guardians. That's just great. Alright. Spin kick. And this one will get a set. It's going to be, oh gosh, what's it called? Multi-Strike? That, and the other one is Siroko's Fist or something. I looked at the 2. Actually, it was the Sirocco one that, that this other player had. I actually think I prefer Multi-Strike for this character. Can't remember why. I think it has to do with the buffs. The set bonus. I think. Also, it might be that this Sirocco one, a lot of the ones that are named after the villains and heroes, like Mago's Bite, they're the ones that have the, like, extra chance for a certain type of a damage instead of just getting the damage boost. What is my chance to hit this thing? 38%. I missed 4 times in a row. So they tend to have, like, extra chance of a minor damage type, like negative damage or whatever. So I tend not to like those as much as the ones that are just straight enhancers, but also I think the set bonus wasn't exactly what I want. I preferred the multi-strike ones. I'm going to have to look at that again. I mean, one thing is for sure, Ray knows what she's doing, and so if she's chosen that as a PBAOE, I'm going to have to look at it just to see, what's good about it. But, sometimes you're choosing it because of what else you have on your character, right? And it may be that set dovetails really well just great. That set dovetails really well with the other AoE sets, the targeted AoE sets. Oh, these drones. I'm glad they're only +1s. Makes them a little easier to hit. Freed that guy. We got 3 more to free. This is not too bad for a 90-minute mission. And last one. Let's focus Chiat. The fortunate thing about these guys is they don't have a lot of hit points, so you can take them out really fast. Yes, I'm here to save you, Silver Phoenix, even after what you have done. Yes, Silver Phoenix is here to save you, even after what you have done. But one thing, guys, if you're wondering, you know, like, does this guy still have a sliver of health? Can I switch targets? When you see their endurance drop to nothing, that's when you know they're dead or defeated. And one of the things that never really worked out in this game is the endurance for the villains. So, like, you rarely ever see the villains run out of endurance. And players used to say that, like, okay, why don't the villains ever have to manage their endurance? They just generally don't. And I think the reason given was that they just couldn't program what little AI there is in this game. They just couldn't get it to do a good job with endurance management, so they just basically made the powers not cost that much endurance. And for the villains. Or they gave the villains enough endurance. I don't know how much endurance this guy has. He's got 140, you see? I've only got 100. Right? And so they do that so that he can actually run his powers. Because I guess the villains weren't able to manage, you know, I guess they weren't able to manage their endurance the way a player would. And the other thing, I'm pretty sure Positron pointed out, or it might have been Statesman, one of them, you know, villains don't carry inspirations, right? So they don't, like, do you really want us to give them catch-a-breath inspirations that they might be able to use to get endurance in the middle of a battle? And no. And do you want them to have Enraged, where they can suddenly do more damage? Do you want them to have, Luck, where they can suddenly, you know, down 2 purple pills and floor you? And players are like, oh, no effing way, right? We didn't want that. So they don't want them to be able to do that, right? So he said, well, if they can't use inspirations, then then does it make sense to have them be have that much trouble getting? Whoa! There are 2 bosses here. Wow, double bosses. Okay, it's time for a loot. I didn't realize there were 2. So yeah, they were saying, well, look, if you don't want them to be able to use inspirations, then you can't expect them to have to deal with endurance the way you do, because you can take a catch breath, you know. So the players kind of said, okay, you know. But that was one of the things that people complained about at one point, is like, how come the villains never, ever, 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 look at him, his endurance is capped. They never run out of endurance. And by the way, guys, these would be purple bosses at +2 to me if I had not leveled. Now, +2 is what we asked for, but this would have been really painful if I had stepped into 2 purple bosses without realizing it, like I just did with reds. Because just the rank of the villains plus their levels above you, the combination of that, can be very dangerous and cause you to take a lot more damage and be hit more quickly. Okay, what am I missing? Huh. There's still one guy. Is there something above me? No. Alright. This always happens. There's always one. That I didn't see it or whatever. But I've been upstairs. Down here maybe? No. Oh, in this corner maybe? Yep. There he is. Okay, this should save the final guy. And then we will level up. And get some new enhancement slots. Mission complete. And we only got 9,000 XP for that mission because we're now nearly on level to it, right? Because it's not +2 to us anymore. It was a +1 mission because we leveled when we went in. Go back to our normal costume, and we can call Angus and tell him that we're done, and he's very happy with us. No story arcs for him, so we can call him later. But in the meantime, I'm going to level up with Aurora Borealis. Actually, guys, I'm just going to use... Well, no, I'm not going to use Ouroboros. We're right here. By the time I zone twice, we'll be there. Right, we'll be loading into Ouroboros now. Oh! Oh, that's right. We used Elude. I forgot about that. That's the danger of using it and then ending a mission. I always forget. So I guess we should have used Ouroboros because now I'm running the long way until the endurance starts to come back. And now it's coming back, so here we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and level up. We got no enhancements on that last mission. This game's been getting very stingy about the enhancements. Train up to a new level of power. Next level. Alright, so we definitely want to loot for a 3rd recharge slot. We want this for our 6th in Dragon's Tail. Do I want to recharge and conserve power? I think I do. Alright, so we need 2 recharges, and then we're going to get a set for Dragon's Tail. I will do that off screen, guys, and I'll bring you back when I've got my enhancements worked out, and I'll show you what we did, and we'll go on our next mission. For now, I'm Scrapperlock, and this has been City of Heroes.